So what you been doing this week, anyways?
Hi. Am I supposed to be doing something?
You just talking to me.
Oh, just talking to you.
So, how old were you when you were 16 when you got married? I know. What year would that have been?
We got married December 59,
Okay. So, wow.
1959.
Uh, was there much like plan?
Huh?
How much like would you say y'all planned to do it? Yeah, how long did you plan to get married before y'all?
Well, we knew early on. I mean, we didn't start dating about June, but I was young, so we knew early on that probably that we wanted to get married. So
Right.
so anyhow, he was supposed to go to Winston-Salem to work at the tobacco market in September.
Uh-huh.
And because we were dating, he wouldn't go. And there really wasn't a lot of jobs or anything around here. But anyhow, he had gotten, Buddy Johnson let him farm some tobacco.
Uh-huh.
So anyhow, he was farming. And then December, we decided we decided early, like in November, we had planned to get married in December.
Right.
But he was going to wait. He didn't have the nerve to tell his mama. And he said she was.
Wait until she went to
He
Florida.
said, yep. And after Christmas, she went to Florida to visit her sister, Aunt Lucille. So we got married.
Right.
And my daddy was tickled to death. I mean, he liked you, And even though I was young, my family didn't think of it as my being young because back down where we grew up at, people got married young.
What kind of good memories did you have of Olin?
Oh, my daddy. Well, I can remember when your Papa Gene and I went to him and asked him if we could get married. And he, of course, he said yeah. And then he went out and he talked to people and asked about your Papa Gene and everything and what kind of person he was. And of course, a lot of people said he was a hard worker and a good boy. And so he was real pleased that we would get married. But anyhow, he was the one that went with me shopping for my dress that I was going to get married in. I didn't have a wedding, yeah. But we went to my ladies in Marion and I tried on dresses, and he went with me. Not Mama, but Daddy.
Do you have any funny stories about Mary Ruth? I always hear them from other people, but it seems like you never have anything super positive to say about her.
Well, I think your daddy's wedding.
Uh-huh.
I think that was one of the funniest things. Have you ever watched that video of the wedding?
Talking about where she's talking about the pork chops?
Well,
pork bones or whatever?
no, she was talking about dancing. The guy that was doing the video,
Yes,
he was asking about dancing, and she said, "Oh, she was a good dancer, and she done they done the huckabuck." And
or not, yeah.
And the whole time she was talking, she was eating watermelon and spitting the watermelons out. That was the seed out.
She was something else. Like, what type of stuff did y'all cook when you were growing up?
Well, we raised it. See, when we lived down there, we all lived, on the land, really.
Right.
We grow our own vegetables and our meat, our hogs, cows, whatever. And so anyhow, we would just, whatever we had,
right,
or the season, that's usually what we had.
Vegetables, is just the same type of stuff you
Yeah.
eat now, basically,
And-
collards and turnips
Yeah,
and rutabagas.
we had collards and turnips, and of course we had, we didn't have, freezers did a lot of canning.
Right, yeah.
They would can a lot of the vegetables. And then Daddy, everybody'd have a big smokehouse. And you kill your hogs and you was, salt it down and put it in the smokehouse.
Last thing I want to ask you before we stop rolling is how did you learn how to cook?
How to learn how to cook.
Yeah. Did you just
I
do it
really-
when you were a little girl, or is it something?
You know what? Mama, she didn't have the patience to teach me how to cook.
Right.
I was more or less the dishwasher. And I really did not know how to do Zach, I reckon I really taught myself, you know. And then seeing Mama, you know.
Right.
And of course, you know, Mama was the best country cook in the world. I mean,
She was a great cook.
she could take anything and it would be so good. And I think I just, you know, learned from her. I would ask her, you know, when I would need to know how to cook something.
Yeah.
And because of, you know, the way she seasoned food and that kind of stuff, I just learned to season food. And see, I don't, everything I do, you know, talking about just like doing cornbread or that lacy cornbread or
Yeah.
now Mama didn't do the lacy cornbread. I think I sort of picked that up on my own. I sort of
Did you see somebody do that, or did you just come up with that one day, or you had the ingredients there and just did it, or?
well, I had eaten it, but I started
I've never had anybody that makes it quite the way you make. I've had, you know, that sort of, you know, they're like disc cornbread, you know, so, but I've never had it like crispy
Yeah,
like
I
that.
do.
It's so thin, you know.
I done it. I practiced.
Right.
I just on my own I did that because but there was just a lot of things. I think, you know, the fact that, you know, I just, you know, cook plain simple foods. I don't cook foods that really need a recipe.